Hi guys, Jason from JVA Carpi Adventures and welcome to vlog number 54 of the Mousehole Diaries. So I'm back at Mousehole yet again, this time on Kestrel Swim 4. But for now, let's just roll that intro. Like I said, it's Friday after work o'clock and obviously we're in winter time, which means I've set up in the dark, I've put the rods out in the dark, and I've got to talk to you from inside the bivvy because it's too dark outside. So I am on Kestrel Swim 4. Doesn't look like there's anyone in Swim 5 and there's a chap in Swim 6. So I've kind of tried to keep it simple this week, guys, and you may even notice that the photography or filming is looking different, and that's because I'm actually filming it on my new DJI action camera, which is the Osmo Action 4. So I am going to do a little separate vlog about what we change in winter, but for you guys on this vlog, the thing you may notice is the sound quality may be different because I'm actually using a wireless mic now, also a DJI one that connects to this quite easily. And obviously, rather than bringing all my digital SLR and all that sort of equipment, that does take up a lot of room and weighs an absolute ton. I will show you it at some point. Right, so I just want to show you the bag that I normally take with all the camera gear in, guys. And firstly, I'm going to show you, not that you can see, but this, guys, is a heck of a weight. It's easily 20 kilos plus. Now, admittedly, it doesn't just house the camera gear. This pocket here will house my bivvy lights. There's two of them in there, a backup one, spare clothing, so there's bivvy, screwdriver, t-shirts, boxers, socks, so that will house that. This one up here will always house a separate power bank for backing up stuff. This one here houses my normal Anchor power bank, which I use all the time. Front one here is going to house receiver, glasses, head torches. There's actually three of them in there, two of them the same as that, and a pretzel one, or Petzl one I should say, not pretzel, a Petzl one. The zip at the back is going to house a a rig case, and then my Jag hook sharpening kit. So it doesn't just house camera gear, guys, but let's show you the camera gear that it houses. And you know, it's the weight that's the issue, guys. It's a big old bag to be lugging around in the winter if you don't need to. So DJI Mini 4 Pro here, my twin mic system, my old twin mic system here, my old action cam in here, along with all the batteries that I've numbered and all the rest. So I've got that. Then my digital SLR, which is in here, which is the Canon, a few different lenses, light, microphone, power. Then also barometer, which allows me to take delayed pictures and all, which is how I do my self takes at night. So all of this, and obviously a spare light for the night time. So all of this is what I take generally every time I go. Now I haven't on the last session. I've decided just to take the DJI Osmo Action 4 mic. The other thing I should also say, I did pull it out, is I'll also have a tripod like that. Obviously the one I've got in the van is in a bag, and I've got two of them like that. And you're carrying a lot of gear, guys. So now let me show you what the DJI Osmo Action 4 is like in my rucksack. So now I'll just show you what it's like. I've just got a small rucksack everything I need out of that big bag I put in here. It's got 2 different compartments, but it's also got a zip on the bottom which allows me to carry everything I want for my action camera in just one case, guys. So the action camera will be in here, obviously I'm filming on it at the minute, along with the selfie stick, which also doubles up as a tripod, the batteries, the mic, everything is just in this, guys. And as you see, that fits lovely in the bottom of my rucksack. So it's a massive difference for the amount I'm carrying. It really, really is. And it just makes it so much easier trying to cope with everything on the bank as well. Otherwise, normally this big bag would live underneath my bed chair, and then you're pulling it in and out every time you want to use the camera. Whereas this is nothing, you know, very simple to keep anyway. I've just decided to stick with, for this weekend, give it a try, just use a small little action camera, hopefully for the whole weekend. So fingers crossed that works out for me. So what have I got on the rods tonight? Well, I've pretty much just cast them all out directly in front of me, guys. I'll probably have to show you tomorrow. Obviously there's no light to show you tonight. And what's on what? So the first one, right hand rod, is just a solid PVA bag with the Mousehole's own pineapple tigers from Steamies. That's it, nothing else with it, guys. The middle rod is sticky active krill wafter, topped with a little bit of pop-up corn, but I've also then, because of the winter carp show and all that, buying stuff as you do, I bought some of Parker Baits OG fish paste. So I've actually wrapped that up in paste. So I'm actually quite keen to see how that goes, guys. You know, I think it'd do all right in here, if I'm honest. I really do think it'd do well. And the right hand rod, which literally is directly out in front of me towards the island but a rod length off, is just Bait Room's Tiger Toffee. Those are those £45 hook baits. Now I will show you tomorrow, I did make up some really small stick mixes to go with that, and again that's just because it's winter time really, guys. So I don't put out a lot of bait, particularly on the first night. If I feel it warrants it, then I might do tomorrow, but for tonight, because you get here at dark and you just want to get the rods out, I just like to keep it simple for Friday night, and I think that'll probably be the same through all of winter, to be honest, guys. No point giving yourself a hard time. It's less stressful, get them out nice and easily, and then just hope it all works out for the rest of the trip, really. I will put the bait boat out tomorrow. I have got the bait boat, but I did cast everything out today because I've not gone tight to the island at all. So I've just done sort of one cast, clipped it, and that's nothing, guys. I do generally, even though I could just cast it, slow it down, I do prefer using the clip. Reason being is just because I've got a lot more confidence. One, that if I've clipped it, I know it's going to stop exactly where I want it and swing the rig out. And two, sometimes my casting's terrible, so I'd rather just clip up, then I know I'm not going in the bush somewhere, and then we should be okay. So like I said, it is Friday night, guys. The rods are out. I have just had a coffee. I'm going to have to make some food in a bit. But for now, I've got my fingers crossed. I'm praying to those carp gods. Oh, I should also say, I have actually got a scratch card, but I haven't actually done it yet, guys. So I am going to do it, and then I'll let you know the result. Fingers crossed I might be able to. Hopefully, I'm kind of guessing I actually lose on the scratch card, because then it should mean that I should catch this weekend. Now, sorry, I was about to sign off, but I should probably also tell you, I have got my bivvy in a very unusual position for me. So I've got the back of it pointing northwest, because we've got some real winds and all coming in this weekend on the back of that storm, and I don't want it blowing in my face or perhaps blowing the bivvy away or anything like that. So I've just decided to be safe this weekend and do exactly that. Sorry guys, the front screen just went off. I might have to turn that off so it doesn't go into screensaver mode or something. I like to be able to see what I'm doing. So yeah, I have got my rods in front of me. I might actually swing the camera around and show you. I'm sure it's probably going to look terrible in this light, but I have literally got my rods right in front of me, but I'm not facing the water, which means I'm not watching the water, which is a massive no-no for me. But I think this weekend, with the weather the way it's going to be, it's the right move. So most important, just keep yourself safe when you're on the bank, guys. So that's what I've done. All right, let me sign off for tonight. If I get any fish during the night, obviously I'm going to let you know. If not, I'll give you an update in the morning. Morning, guys. So Saturday morning, and just want to give you a bit of an update. It is proper windy. It's been raining through the night. I haven't had an awful lot of sleep, if I'm honest, guys, and I haven't had any fish either. So what's going to happen today? Well, I'm probably going to leave the rods exactly where they are till about 10 o'clock. It is meant to be raining shortly for pretty much most of the day, so I don't think it's going to make a big difference when I decide to redo the rods. I'm going to be getting wet, so I'll just put the waterproofs on when I do that. I have decided I am going to go back to one of my old favourites, guys. So I will be putting out the old luncheon meat today. There you go. So that's definitely going out today, guys. So fingers crossed on that. And hopefully, unlike my last time in swim 4 on luncheon meat, I hope I don't catch an eel. I've never caught an eel here before, and yet last time on that social, I was in swim 4 again, and I caught an eel on luncheon meat. Oh, I hope that don't happen again, guys. Really do hope that doesn't happen again. There we go, guys. Don't know if that's going to make any difference, but it's probably given me a nice little good comparison. I do have a mini mic, DJI mini mic, and I didn't have it on, so that's helpful. Obviously there are 3 mics in the camera itself, so it should have been picking up audio all okay, but this way it allows me to see a little bar on top that shows me the volume, basically. So yeah, it should be all good. So like I said, guys, I'm going to leave the rods where they are. We'll show you them in a minute. It is daylight outside now, so I can show you exactly my setup. Now, I'm not facing the water today, which is incredibly hard for me, and in fact a lot of the time I'm having to have the front door up because the winds are so strong. Currently I have actually got them coming into me, which is not good. It's a southwesterly, so they are kind of coming into me a bit. They do change later to a northwesterly, which is why I position the bivvy this way. Do you know what, I wish I'd just faced at the front and just taken the wind, guys, if I'm honest, but obviously you need to be careful you don't lose your bivvy in these windy conditions. And to that end, guys, I have actually got some 12-inch pegs in. I don't know if you guys carry them, but I always make sure I carry a set of 12-inch pegs. And when I've got conditions like this, I will use the mallet and whack them all down. Obviously, I'm in the Crestifier Mark II. It holds up lovely in this weather, if I'm honest, guys. Obviously helps having a zip-in ground sheet, so you've got everything sitting on top of that, so it's kind of got another anchor to hold it down. But yeah, I mean, I was getting bashed by the sides coming in and hitting where my head was last night, so yeah, didn't really get a whole lot of sleep, but it is what it is, isn't it? That's on the bank fishing when you've got like stormy conditions. So that's your morning update, and I am going to, normally I'd say I'm going to watch the water and see what's happening, but nothing's happening. But actually I have got a bit of good news actually. Rod's been round this morning, said hello, taken breakfast orders, and he's also said to me the guy in swim 6 is actually leaving at some point today. So I'm kind of thinking, I've never had the opportunity to fish into swim 6 from one of the other swims, either 5 or 4, and if no one's there, it makes perfect sense to go into swim 6 on that right hand side margin and put at least one rod over there. So I think I will be doing that tonight whenever he leaves, and yeah, so that'll be an option for later on, guys. Okay, guys, so as you can see, it's now the morning. It is light outside. It is extremely windy here, guys. There are high winds or high gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and unfortunately, even though most of them are going to be northwesterly, the ones at the minute are actually southwesterly, so they are blowing into me. So the bivvy's getting a little bit battered, but it's holding up really well. So I will have to give you some footage outside, guys, so you can see what the camera is like. Kind of do the old selfie mode and all. So perhaps I might do that next. Alright, guys, well, I am outside. I just thought I'd show you exactly what the sort of selfie stick perspective is like. Obviously you can see all the swim behind me there. Let's kind of do it more natural, I think. So yeah, obviously normally if you're using the mic on the action cam at this distance, it isn't going to work whatsoever. Fortunately, obviously I'm using the mini mic, and hopefully it's all good. So it's it's very windy here, guys, at the minute. Giving you a little look around. So yeah, it's one of those really windy, blustery days. The lake is looking okay. I don't know if you can see Swift behind me. Rod's done a whole load of work over there. So yeah, it's been hard so far, guys. I've got to be honest. I haven't managed to get anything on the bank. I don't think anyone else has. It is one of those weekends where it's going to be pretty hard and the weather's going to be against you. But on that front, it does mean with this weather you get low pressure. So it's actually 990 at the minute, guys, which is a really good sign. So I really have got my fingers crossed that, you know, something will happen today. Let's just bring this a little bit closer, guys, just to show you what it's like. Don't want to have it super far away all the time. All right, there you go, guys. So yeah, what do you think of the new DJI Osmo Action 4 as a cam that I use throughout the winter for doing my vlogs, guys? I think it gives me another perspective, another point of view. I can swing you around a lot easier than I would normally. You can see the lake behind me looking good. I'm quite happy with it, but let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I would really like to know. Also, what do you think of the quality? I mean, look at that sky. That looks amazing to me, guys. That really does look fantastic. The quality of this is really, really good, I will say. All right, guys, so that's a swim. I'm going to step away just to try and give you a bit of a look at it. That's swim 4 from the DJI cam perspective. The barrow I've had to cover up because it was really raining heavy last night. So the barrow is covered up. The bivvy is not facing forwards, which is how I would prefer it. And it is pretty much getting battered at the minute, guys. The winds are pretty fierce, I've got to be honest. I don't know if you can see all that, but it is pretty fierce at the minute, guys. But how's the lake looking? Well, it's looking pretty good, actually. Nothing wrong with the margins up here. Swim 5's water, swim 6's water all the way over in the distance. So yeah, look at that sky, guys. God, it looks fantastic on the camera. Hi guys, so 10:30 Saturday morning. I've brought the rods in, going to refresh them all and going to be changing spots, probably on 2 of them at least. So I just thought I'd show you what's going out. So the right hand rod is going to be one of those bait room 45-pound hook baits with a small little bit of stick mix protecting the hook, but I'm also going to put some boilies out with it, guys. Middle rod is going to be double pop-up corn, hopefully you can see that, guys, in a solid PVA bag, which I have caught plenty on. And the last is a favourite of mine, luncheon meat, guys. Again, I've just put a little stick mix on there to protect the hook point as it goes down. I've got a load of luncheon meat made up, or chopped up if you like, and I'm going to be putting that out with a little bit out with all the rods, actually, just so there's oils leaking into the water and hopefully attract some carp and get a fish before I leave. Bear in mind, I did lose on a scratch card, which does mean I normally catch, so fingers crossed. I'll tell you what, I don't know whether you can see, but the weather is absolutely terrible, guys. The bivvy's getting blown every direction, and when it's really blowing, it's really shaky in here badly. But that's fishing, guys. You've got to be prepared for it in winter fishing and with the storms that we seem to get in the UK nowadays. But I'm going to use the bait boat, get all these out, and hopefully come back to you later with a fish. Thanks for watching, guys. So it is about 11:30 Saturday morning, and I've just got all 3 rods out on the baits that I've shown you. Sorry if it's going a bit mental in here. It is proper windy out there, guys, and I can tell you, I've got the waterproofs on, but that rain is icy cold. My hands are like proper frozen at the minute, guys. and with my hood just kept covering my eyes, so I ended up having to take the hood off. And oh yeah, it's proper cold out there and windy at the minute, guys, so if you're on the bank, I hope you're safe this weekend. Anyway, like I said, I have got the rods out, and the guy that was in swim 6 has left, so I've got nobody in swim 5 and nobody in swim 6 on Kestrel, which doesn't really happen if I'm honest, guys. So I have put one over to the far margin in swim 6. That's going to be on this map as point A. Then point B is just in front of me, and point C again is in swim 4's water, sort of around the corner if you like, and into the margin. So I probably wouldn't hear the alarms out there, so I've got the receiver on. Fingers crossed, praying to those carp gods that I can bring you a fish. So stay watching, guys, and hopefully in this absolutely horrible weather I can bring you a fish or two. Thanks for watching, guys. Right guys, so just thought I'd give you an update for Saturday evening. It's 5:30 now. It's still blowing really bad with the winds, I've got to be honest. I have had to redo one of the rods. The left hand rod did drop back, but then I went to pull into anything, nothing was there. So just retrieved it. That was a solid bag rod, so literally just threw a bag out in the middle, mid-water, not too far in front of the aerator, to be honest. So that's the only real difference, guys. Otherwise the rods are still in A, B, and then like I said, mid-water in front of me for the last rod. So I've been pretty much confined to the bivvy for most of the day, guys. The winds have been really high. Bivvy's been getting a bit of a battering, but holding up well, and that's it really. So there hasn't been anything to report. I haven't had any fish. I do believe swim 2 had a fish this morning, so well done, but nothing for me so far. I'm obviously here till tomorrow morning, so fingers crossed I can get something on the bank before then, guys. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, you know, I've got my faith in that. I did lose on a scratch card, so I should win on the bank. So fingers crossed I can pull you out a carp before I leave tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, guys. Morning, guys. So it's about 6:15 Sunday morning, and unfortunately, yeah, that lack of footage means I didn't have anything through the night. With the high winds, one of my alarms kept going off, so I had to go and adjust the sensitivity on that after about the 100th time of it going off. And then after that I was actually able to get a bit of sleep, to be honest, which is crazy with the amount of winds that's been battering the bivvy all night. I will say the old Questifier Mark II's held up very nicely, and I'm still here, which is a good sign. So I did actually replace or redo the rods this morning, guys. Reason being, I needed to use the loo, so got out about 5:30, I think, used the loo, come back, decided to change what was on one of the rods because I had luncheon meat out. In fact, I should probably backtrack, guys. The main reason I was going to bring one of the rods in because it had luncheon meat on, and I suspected it wasn't going to still be on there this morning. It was, but I thought, well, if I'm going to bring one of the rods in, I might as well bring them all in. Give me a perfect opportunity to go to the loo, which I've done. So had a comfort break. I've redone all the rods. So the right hand rod, which is actually in 6's water because no one's in 5 or 6 at the minute, I've just put a single sticky active krill wafter topped with yellow pop-up corn, but I've covered it in the Parker Baits OG Fish paste. It did come back polished off yesterday, so I thought, right, it'd be a good idea to do that again. So that's just gone out with a tiny mesh bag full of active krill crumb, so from the boilies. The middle rod is a yellow Pineapple Tigers, which is Mousehole's own baits, the steamies, in a solid PVA bag, nothing else. That's gone out towards the island in front of me. And then again, towards the island in front of me, towards the yellow post, I've put a Parker Baits OG Fish Magic Bean, which is the smaller size. So like, I think they're like, sorry guys, about 12 mil, I think. They're small little white wafter. again with a small little mesh bag, nothing else. So no bait's really gone out this morning, guys. I don't have a time limit to be off for today. Excuse me, guys, sorry. So I could actually stay till whatever time I want, but considering how horrible the conditions are, and sorry guys, I need a sip of coffee. Considering how horrible the conditions are, and I'm not totally confident if I'm honest, and rain's coming in about 11 o'clock, my idea is I'll get off my normal sort of time around 10, half 10. So the rods have got a good 4 hours in, and that's good enough. You know, 10 minutes in the right place will get you a fish most days. So fingers crossed, praying to those carp gods, guys, that I can bring you a fish before I leave today. So thank you for watching so far, guys, and again thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I hope it's not terrible on this new camera. I do want to give it a try for probably at least 2 or 3 sessions, because it means I'm not lugging a huge bag, and I'll pray that it's good stuff. Alright guys, so it's about 9:15 Sunday morning. I think I'm going to call a close to this session. I want to try and get off within the next hour or so before it begins to rain again. I don't fancy getting all the gear wet and having to dry everything out when I get home. Some of it has been dried, even though it's been raining through the night, because I've put it out and the winds have been blowing it dry. Still really high winds here, guys, about 45-mile-an-hour gusts. So it is fairly breezy. I'm sure getting the bivvy down is going to be fun with the overwrap and all the rest blowing all over the place, but fortunately you won't see that, so that'll be off camera. So guys, sorry it's been fishless this week. It has been hard going for the last few months, to be fair, so you know, it's a proper bonus if you get anything at the minute. As always, please stay safe when you're on the bank, guys. You know, conditions like these, make sure you follow common sense and, you know, try and have your back of the bivvy to the wind, peg it down really well and that sort of stuff. If this is the first time watching one of my vlogs and you've enjoyed it, even though I haven't caught a fish, why not subscribe, guys? I post every single Friday on YouTube at 6:30. Doesn't cost you to subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you in the next vlog.